When was the last time you visited your favorite restaurant? Maybe last weekend? Or maybe it's already gone? Restaurants that once seemed untouchable are now on the brink of extinction. The reasons vary: shifting customer tastes, economic struggles, and even major scandals. In this video, we're diving into 7 iconic restaurant chains that might not survive much longer, and some of these names will shock you. 7. Red Lobster, sinking faster than ever. Red Lobster is drowning, and not in butter sauce. The once iconic seafood chain, famous for endless shrimp and those legendary Cheddar Bay biscuits, is now on the brink of collapse. Rising seafood costs, especially for lobster and shrimp, are tearing into profit margins like a razor-sharp fillet knife. According to reports, Red Lobster's parent company, Thai Union, has been hemorrhaging millions in losses throughout 2024, forcing a major restructuring of its U.S. operations. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Inflation has turned what was once an affordable seafood feast into a luxury many middle-class families simply can't justify. The chain's biggest draw, its endless shrimp promotion, has now backfired spectacularly, with experts estimating that Red Lobster loses up to $5 per customer every time diners take advantage of the deal. And then there's the competition. Fast casual seafood spots like Captain D's and Hook and Reel are reeling in customers who no longer want to pay for full-service dining in a shaky economy. Unless Red Lobster can slash costs, reinvent its menu, and bring customers back, the chain might not make it to 2026. Could this be the end of an American seafood empire? 6. Five Guys, the burger empire in trouble. Five Guys built its reputation on juicy, made-to-order burgers and fresh-cut fries. But now, the beloved chain is facing a crisis that could bring it crashing down. The problem? Skyrocketing prices. What was once an affordable step above fast food is now edging into premium restaurant territory. A standard burger, fries, and a drink at Five Guys can now cost over $20 in some locations. That's sending loyal customers running to cheaper alternatives like Shake Shack, In-N-Out, and even McDonald's. And it's not just inflation. The fast casual burger market is more competitive than ever. While Five Guys stuck to its no-frills approach, competitors have evolved, offering everything from gourmet toppings to tech-driven ordering systems that keep costs lower. Meanwhile, rising labor costs and expensive ingredients are squeezing profit margins like never before. With fewer customers willing to pay premium prices for what was once considered a simple burger and fries, the brand is now facing an uncertain future. So, the question remains, can Five Guys reinvent itself before customers ditch it for good? Or will it become another victim of the fast food price crisis? 5. Olive Garden, the Italian giant losing its flavor. For decades, Olive Garden was the go-to spot for unlimited breadsticks, creamy Alfredo, and family-style Italian dining. But now, the chain is struggling to stay relevant, and its future looks far from appetizing. The biggest issue? Young people just aren't interested. While millennials and Gen Z once packed the restaurant for endless pasta deals, many are now ditching chain dining altogether, favoring trendy, locally owned spots or fast casual Italian joints that offer fresher, more customizable options. And then there's the real estate problem. Olive Garden's massive sit-down locations come with high operating costs, but fewer customers are opting for long dine-in meals in a post-pandemic world. Delivery apps and takeout orders aren't making up the difference, leaving many locations unprofitable. Even its famous never-ending pasta bowl, once a money-making machine, is now backfiring. With inflation driving up the price of pasta, Olive Garden is barely breaking even, sometimes even losing money on these all-you-can-eat promotions. As the demand for quick, high-quality meals grows, Olive Garden is left in an identity crisis. Can it modernize its menu and experience fast enough to bring back customers? Or will the once beloved chain become another casual dining casualty? 4. Waffle House, the 24/7 icon running out of time. For decades, Waffle House has been more than just a restaurant. It's an American institution. Open 24/7, 365 days a year, it's the go-to spot for late-night diners, truckers, and even first responders during hurricanes. But now, the legendary chain is facing a crisis that could threaten its future. The first problem? A massive labor shortage. Waffle House is famous for its low prices and quick service, but keeping restaurants open around the clock requires a steady workforce, something that's becoming harder to maintain. Rising wages and burnout have led to staff shortages, forcing some locations to reduce hours or even temporarily close. Then there's the issue of inflation. The cost of eggs, bacon, and dairy has skyrocketed, making it nearly impossible for Waffle House to keep its famously cheap menu prices without slashing profits. And with margins already razor thin, the chain is in a dangerous position. On top of that, fast food breakfast rivals like McDonald's and Dunkin' have aggressively expanded their morning menus, offering quick, affordable breakfast options without the need to sit down. More customers are choosing drive-thrus over diners, making Waffle House's business model less appealing to a fast-moving world. If Waffle House can't adapt to new labor challenges, rising costs, and shifting consumer habits, the chain that once prided itself on never closing might start shutting its doors for good. The question is, can Waffle House survive the storm? Or is this the beginning of the end for an American classic? 3. Texas Roadhouse, the steakhouse. Feeling the heat. Texas Roadhouse made a name for itself with hand-cut steaks, legendary rolls, and a lively atmosphere. But now, the popular chain is facing serious challenges that could put its future at risk. The biggest issue? Rising beef prices. Steak is the heart of the menu, but inflation and supply chain disruptions have driven beef costs to record highs. The chain has been forced to raise menu prices multiple times, pushing some loyal customers to cheaper alternatives. Labor costs are another growing problem. Unlike fast food chains that have automated systems, Texas Roadhouse relies on a full staff of cooks, servers, and bartenders to deliver its signature experience. With wages increasing and staffing shortages still affecting the industry, keeping restaurants fully operational has become more expensive than ever. Meanwhile, consumer dining habits are shifting. More people are opting for fast casual or delivery-based options instead of spending time and money on full-service dining. Even steakhouse competitors like Outback and Longhorn are adapting with new pricing strategies and takeout-friendly options, putting even more pressure on Texas Roadhouse to evolve. If the chain can't find a way to balance rising costs, shifting demand, and an evolving restaurant industry, it may struggle to hold its place as one of America's favorite steakhouses. 2. Panda Express, losing the battle for fast Asian food. For years, Panda Express dominated the American Chinese fast food scene, serving up its famous orange chicken and chow mein in food courts and standalone locations nationwide. But now, the chain is facing a harsh reality. Its once loyal customer base is shrinking, and competition is fiercer than ever. The biggest problem? Authenticity and variety. Younger consumers, especially Gen Z and millennials, are looking for more diverse and authentic Asian cuisine. With the rise of Asian fusion restaurants, Korean BBQ, ramen shops, and authentic Chinese street food spots, Panda Express is starting to feel outdated. Another major challenge? Pricing. Once seen as a cheap, convenient option, Panda Express has raised menu prices multiple times due to inflation and ingredient costs. But with fast casual competitors like Pei Wei and smaller mom-and-pop Asian restaurants offering fresher, made-to-order meals at similar prices, many customers are choosing quality over convenience. Panda Express has tried to modernize by adding healthier options and expanding its menu, but the question remains, is it enough? As the demand for authentic and high-quality Asian cuisine grows, Panda Express may struggle to keep its place as the go-to Chinese fast food chain. 1. Golden Corral, the buffet empire on the brink. For decades, Golden Corral was the king of the all-you-can-eat buffet, serving up endless plates of steak, fried chicken, and chocolate fountain treats. But in 2025, the buffet giant is struggling to survive, and the reasons are piling up fast. First, the buffet model itself is dying. Consumer habits have shifted. Fewer people want to eat from shared food stations, especially after the pandemic changed how people view public dining spaces. Many once loyal customers simply never returned. Then there's inflation. The cost of everything, meat, dairy, fresh produce, has skyrocketed, making it harder than ever to keep prices low while still turning a profit. Unlike traditional restaurants that can shrink portion sizes or adjust menus, Golden Corral is locked into its all-you-can-eat promise, forcing it to absorb rising food costs. Labor shortages are another major issue. Buffets require constant restocking, cleaning, and staffing. But hiring enough workers has been a challenge. Some locations have even been forced to cut hours or shut down entirely. With fast casual chains and meal delivery services becoming more popular, the age of the buffet might be coming to an end, and Golden Corral could be one of its biggest casualties. The restaurant industry is changing fast, and even the biggest names aren't safe. From rising costs to shifting consumer habits, these once iconic chains are now fighting to survive. Will they make a comeback? Or are we watching the final days of these dining giants? Which of these restaurants do you think has the best chance of surviving? Or is there another chain you've noticed struggling? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the restaurant industry, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you love content like this, subscribe so you don't miss our next video. We've got even more shocking stories coming soon. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.